All right, hello there. This is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. Today we will be doing a throwback draft to basically War of the Spark. I know I haven't uploaded any Ikoria content. I've been doing a lot of paper drafts in. I've been watching a lot of basically um, bot drafting on other channels, so I'm quite familiar with the format already. And basically, the paper release was just yesterday, and I had a really fun time. But in the meantime, I think we will do a throwback draft to War of the Spark since we have the 5K gold, and then I should be able to upload some Ikoria content later. Without further ado, let's begin. And the pack one, pick one. A rare is not that amazing. Tomic is okay, but it's not something you usually want to first pick. There's some interesting options here. Paradise Druid as an excellent 2-drop that can help you fix and ramp. Kaya, excellent late game card, very flexible, and if this manages to survive, you can basically just 2-for-1 the opponent since you can exile twice. Then look at the commons, the one that stands out the most is Jaya's Greeting. Even though Wanderer Strike and Band together are great, it's just not the level of Jaya's Greeting since 3 damage instant speed and Scrying 1 is very excellent. So out of the commons in this pack, I think I would go for the Jaya's Greeting. Now, in terms of the uncommon, both of them are very good, but I might lean towards Paradise Druid just because it's cheaper and you can always pick up removal later. So I think in this pack we're looking at 2 cards, Paradise Druid and Jaya's Greeting. Um, Paradise Druid is very good. Maybe if we pick this up, it can help us splash. I think green is a decent color in this set overall. Um, that helps you like work with proliferate synergies, and if you end up in black green, which is the multicolored deck, you do want something like Paradise Druid to help fix and ramp. And this being hexproof when it's untapped is pretty nice since it can't be taken out by normal means of removal like Jaya's Greeting, and it's always an excellent 2-drop that can help you get ahead on board with the extra mana that you might need. So yeah, between these two, I think I would lean towards the Paradise Druid. I think green is a fine color in this set. I think most of the colors in this set are very good. The worst color is obviously white, since the removal tends to be quite expensive, like Wanderer Strike, and they don't have too much synergy. You don't really want to draft red-white in this set or black-white too often. Even though Kaya is a bit of like a black-white signal, it doesn't have too much synergy. You don't really know what the theme of black-white is in this set. It tends to be some type of sacrifice deck which doesn't have too many great payoffs, and Kaya is just a flexible card that you can play in either white or black. So I think I'll take a Paradise Druid. Otherwise, I think I would take Jaya's Greeting from this pack. Both of these are my top tier choices, but the Paradise Druid just being allowing us to splash and ramp and fix, I believe is a lot more important, especially if this is just an easy 2-drop you can play on 2. So let's start with Paradise Druid and hopefully we get rewarded for our choice. And what do we have here? Ooh, there's a Wanderer. I do like this card a lot, but I don't think we take it here since it is conditional, since the creature has to be power 4 greater. Otherwise, it is the best uncommon in this pack. There is a Jaya's Greeting and a Pollen Bright Druid. I think Jaya's Greeting beats Pollen Bright Druid by a large margin. So I think the choice here is Jaya's Greeting, and we can just kind of stay open, and if we do end up in, like, for example, red-green, that's a fine archetype. I don't hate the power 4 matters. Otherwise, if this wasn't in this pack between the Wanderer and Pollen Bright, it would be close. I'll probably still lean towards Pollen Bright Druid. Again, the Wanderer is a good card, but it is conditional since it can only target power 4 or more, but it's definitely very good against other red decks since non-combat damage is prevented. Pollen Bright Druid is just one of those essential green commons that you do want in a green proliferate deck. But I think the Jaya's Greeting is just a better card than the Pollen Bright Druid, so we can kind of stay off color, stay flexible for now. But yeah, we'll take the Jaya's Greeting. And here, anything amazing? There is a Wanderer Strike. Gideon's Triumph is a fine card. Davriel is very good. None of these commons are really good. They kind of stink. The best commons like Contentious Plan for the proliferate decks. So yeah, pretty interesting choice. I'm not a big fan of red white in general. I am a big fan of green white, however, and Wander Strike is definitely one of those commons that has a nice payoff since allows you to proliferate. And between Gideon's Triumph and Water Strike, I don't know, it still could just be the Gideon's Triumph since it's a much more cheaper removal spell. Davriel will allow us to move into either red-black Sacrifice or black black-green multicolor. Um, so Davriel might be the right choice here just to kind of, since it fits well with both of our first picks. And still a solid card since if it manages to stay alive after you for one turn, you can basically essentially 2 for 1 or even 3 for 1 the opponent if you can minus just 2 times or 3 times. So it could just be Davriel here. I do like this card a lot. And white is by far the weakest color. White is not very good with red. So yeah, let's take the Davriel, stay open, and see what we can,
hope this
where we
mask
can
is
go.
intimidating enough.
There's a Spell Gorge of Weird, which is pretty good. Centaur Nurture if we want to help ramp or fix for our colors. None of these uncommons are too amazing. Invade the City's an okay red-blue payoff, but I haven't been impressed with it even in the red-blue decks. There's Aid the Fallen if we pick up enough Planeswalkers. I think the choices between here is between Spellgorge of Weird and the Centaur Nurture. I don't know, maybe just the Spellgorge of Weird. Outside of red blue, even like something like red black, for example, there tends to be there's a good number of non-creature spells in this set that you don't need to worry about being in a heavy red blue instance and sorceries matters deck. And both our cards here are both non-creatures, so we do have some synergy. And Spellgorger Weird can get out of hand basically if it manages to get 1 or 2 counters, which makes it priority threat that the opponent has to remove. Otherwise, if we take the Centaur Nurture, we would be mostly leaning towards like green-black, since that's more of the multicolor deck. By taking Spellgorge of Weird, we can still stay kind of open, maybe red-black Sacrifice or red-green Power 4 Matters. So I'll take a Spellgorge of Weird here and just speculate. There's a Bolt Bend. This card is very good in red-green. Outside of it, it's not very good. We can still stay open with the Heartfire, which I do like in the Black-Red Sacrifice archetype. It's great if you have Planeswalkers. It's great if you have tokens. And, you know, in red-green, it can still be okay, even though in red-green you don't really want to sacrifice your creatures. So we kind of have to make a decision here. Do we want to be red-green or red-black? And from my experience, I think red-black is just by far a better archetype than red-green. Bolt Bent is conditional. You do need a Power 4 creature onto the battlefield, and then the opponent needs to use a removal spell against you. Well, Heartfire almost does exactly the same thing. No, it's actually a little bit worse than Bolt Bend, I guess, since you do need to end up sacrificing a creature to this, but this can be used in response if the opponent uses a removal spell on one of your creatures. But Bolt Bend just seems quite more conditional, and I'm not a big fan of red-green in this set, since most of the uncommons aren't all that amazing. So we'll just stick with a speculative Heartfire, still keep our options open, mostly lean towards Black-Red Sacrifice, which is, again, a better archetype, I think. Nothing amazing, could just take a Raging Kronk. It's a 4-power card. It's still good in the red-black Sacrifice deck, since 4 power is a lot. So hopefully we can pick up some more 2-drops to leverage this Raging Kronk. But yeah, we'll take it here. And maybe keep red as our open color. I do like the Tibalt's Rager. This is a sign that red-black can be open, since this is excellent 2-drop. The reason why it's an excellent 2-drop is because it can trade up. Most 2-drops tend to get blanked early on. Like 2-mana 2/2s get blanked pretty early on, and then in the later games, like a 2/2 can't really attack past like a 4/5. However, the Tibalt's Rager, you can just activate the ability to trade up, and then when it dies, dealing 1 damage can be quite significant. It is by far the best card in this pack. Is probably going to be what I take. So yeah, I'll take the Tibalt's Rager here, and yeah, it looks like we're kind of leaning towards red-black Sacrifice. There's another Heartfire. Shriek Diver is fine. There's Invading Manticore as a fine top-end creature. Lazative Plating is a bit of an overperformer too in the red-blue spells deck, since just being able to amass one and give you hexproof can be quite powerful. So I don't know here. I think the best card is Lazative Plating. If I still think if I want to stick with black red between Shriek Diver and Invading Manticore, I would probably lean towards the Invading Manticore. Not very impressed by 3 mana 2/1, since there tends to be decent number of 3 toughness flyers in this set that can block this quite well. And 2 power isn't a lot. I would probably take the Invading Manticore to stay open, but yeah, we can always pick up these later. I don't want too many of these. I think I can speculate on a Lazative Plating. If we do end up in blue-red spells, it is definitely a very good card, since it also protects you and gives you hexproof, and then amass one can be quite powerful with Heartfire. So I think I'll speculate on the Lazative Plating. Well, there is a Bolt Bent. There's Guild Globe if we want to do some splashing and fixing shenanigans. I mean, there's still a possibility we do end up in red, green, and Bolt Bent can be very good. There's a Kronk Wrangler, which is an okay card, but does take a while to grow, since it does require 4 power. It's great. It's a great follow-up. I mean, it's a great card to follow up with the Raging Kronk. I mean, not follow up. Raging Kronk is like a great card to follow up after the Crunch Wrangler, since it can grow, basically, and yeah, but I think I'll take a Bolt Bent here and speculate in case red-green is where we want to be in. Outside of it, I don't think I want to play. Now I can take a Chain Whip Cyclops. I do like Bond of Flourishing, since it can help us it can help us fix our mana, find our permanents in the late game and in the early game. It can be really good, but it's more like a black-green card since you're looking to like fix for your mana and find playables. I think just taking our first Chain Whip Cyclops here is fine. Get a nice late game card that I'm happy to play in any red deck. And now we can take an Invading Manticore. Okay, so red seems like where we want to be. We could be red-green, we could be red-blue, we could be red-black. We do have a good number of 4 power now that allows us to move into red-green, but it really depends on what we open. If we do open a green bomb, we can move into red-green, but right now red is our primary color. We don't know what we're going to be yet, and this is what you really want to do in drafts sometimes. Just to kind of keep your options open, so we'll move on. Alright, looking at this pack, there's a Burning Prophet, Aven Eternal, Bloomhoke, Omnixilis the Hate Twisted. Omnixilis is very good in red-black, but outside of it, you don't really want to play it in anything other than red-black. Aven Eternal is excellent, since it can create a 1/1 token to sack. Burning Prophet is an excellent 2-drop if we just want to stay open. Pack 1, pick 1. What would I take here? Probably the Aven Eternal as the best card in the pack. But we don't know if we're going to be red-blue. We don't know if we're going to be red-green or red-black. Burning Prophet is slightly weaker than Aven Eternal, but it is still a very good 2-drop. So I don't know here. I guess we could stay open and take the Burning Prophet. I don't know if I want to move myself into blue-red yet. I mean, I could take the Aven Eternal, and there's a chance that the Burning Prophet could wheel. Burning Prophet does keep us open, but Aven Eternal is just a much more powerful card. Bloomhoke would also be nice in the 4-power Matters deck, but it's more of like a proliferate card, like in blue-green or white-green, and we don't really have too much synergy with it, so I don't think it's the Bloomhoke. So yeah, let's speculate on the Aven Eternal. I think it's by far the best card in this pack, since we don't really know if we're going to be red-blue, and I don't really want to miss up on an Aven Eternal if we do end up in red-blue, so we'll take an Aven Eternal here. Not a big fan of the Dreadhorde Arcanist. I think this card is quite bad. Let's see, when attacks, yeah, you do need to pump the Dreadhorde Arcanist to get back your instances and sorceries, because you don't really want to bring back anything for 1 mana. There's a Wanderer Strike, but again, red-white is not a great archetype. I guess there's a Tamiel's Epiphany, which is very good in red-blue spells. There's also Bond of Insight, which is a sign that red-blue could be open. This is a nice way to basically reuse like your Jaya's Greetings over and over. So I don't hate it here. I mean, do we really want the Bond of Insight? Tamiyo's Epiphany is kind of close too, since um, it also helps you dig for your removal spells in your deck. Bond, of course, can allow you to reuse the removal spells that you have, but it doesn't mill the top 4. So yeah, I mean, Bond of Insight is basically essentially like Tamiyo's Epiphany if you pick up a lot of removal. Um, but yeah, sometimes I don't think we're looking to mill our removal spells, or we have a good number of creatures we do want to draw, and the Tamiyo's Epiphany is probably the choice here. And I don't really want to play any of these red cards, to be honest. They don't look very good. So maybe we can move into like a red-blue spells deck. Just staying open with like a Raging Kronk or Grim Initiate doesn't seem like where I want to be. So we'll take a Tamiyo's Epiphany. Maybe just lean towards the red-blue spells matter archetype. Best card in this pack is Challenger Troll. There's also a Dread Malkin in this pack. So I don't know here. I mean, black seems a little bit open too. There were some Toll of the Invasions being passed up. So it could just lean towards a Dread Malkin here. Contentious Plan is fine. It's pretty good with the Spellgorge of Weird. But we're not really a Proliferate deck. Challenger Troll is kind of like the best card, but I didn't see too much good green cards outside of it. And we don't really... I mean, we could be a red-green deck, since we have a good number of Power 4 cards, but we didn't pick up too many green cards in previous packs and didn't see too many good green removal. Dread Malkin is definitely excellent in the red-black sacrifice deck, since it can also sacrifice Planeswalkers and can become a huge threat. Guild Globe can help us fix. Contentious Plan, again, we're not really a Contentious Plan deck. Yeah, I'll speculate on Dread Malkin. Could be a sign that red-black is where we need to be. There's a Devouring Hellion. I mean, there's a Lazarev Reaver. I'm not a big fan of the Devouring Hellion. I mean, I guess this can be a 3-mana 4/4, which is fine, but you do need a lot of good sacrifice fodder. The Lazarev Reaver can provide us with some sacrifice, so I don't hate it here. There's also Hardener, Heartfire, Raging Kronk. So yeah, I think red-black seems kind of open with these Heartfires being passed up to Devouring Hellion. But I think I'll take a Lazarev Reaver since it seems a lot more important in the red-black sacrifice deck. Just having those 1/1 tokens is something you really need. So I think I'll take a Lazarev Reaver. And Mayhem Devil versus Spark Harvest. This one's close. Yeah, I think red-black is where we want to be, seeing this Mayhem Devil's late. So I think we'll move out of blue. And we did pass up on the... we did take the Aven Eternal over the... I forgot the Burning Prophet. I forgot what we took Tamiyo's Epiphany over. I don't think there was anything good in that pack, so I don't know. In terms of removal, what do we have? I think we have a Jaya's Greeting, Heartfire. Maybe we end up playing Bolt Bent, since we have a decent number of 4 power. So, I mean, in terms of sacrifice synergy, we do have the Dread Malkin, Heartfire. But I think the better card here is just Spark Harvest, since it's easier to just cast in the red-black sacrifice deck, and the ability is you can just use it right away since it can destroy something right away. Rather, the Mayhem Devil does take a little bit more work. I'd be happy with a Mayhem Devil, but I think Spark Harvest is just by far the better card, so we'll just take it here. Another Heartfire seems solid. How good is Bond Passion? It's quite expensive. It can be an okay finisher, but outside of it, if you aren't killing your opponent, it's not good. But I'm happy to take a second Heartfire. Maybe we can take up some Grim Initiates later. None of these matter. Could just take a Guild Globe in case we want to help fix. And it has some sacrifice synergy too. There's a Spark Reaper versus Tithe Bearer. I do like these two cards a lot. I think the more important card is just a Spark Reaver since we have a 6-drop already. I would be happy to replace the Invading Manticore with the Tithe Bearer since it draws you a card, and that can be a lot more relevant. But with the Amass 2, we can use that for sacrifice as well. I think the Spark Reaver is just kind of like what we need to fill a gap at 3. It's a good card in case you're running against an opponent with lots of removal. So yeah, we'll take a Spark Reaper, and maybe we could take up a Tithe Bearer Giant later, and I'll take one up here. And Toll of the Invasion is nice since it can make a 1/1 Amass token, and it can snipe the opponent's hand. There is a Grim Initiate too, which is very good with the Heartfires. So I don't know here. It might just be the Grim Initiate since we are kind of lacking a sacrifice. We have a good number of 3s already to play. We can always take up a toll later. How much sacrifice fodder? We have Laza Reaver that can make a token. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We can sacrifice Davriel when he's low on loyalty. Guess Invade Mana Core can amass too, but sometimes you really just want to get rid of the amass ones. So yeah, I think we need a Grim Initiate since we have a good number of sacrifice outlets, but we don't have too much sacrifice fodder. So I'll take a Grim Initiate here. And I don't mind a Vampire Opportunist since it can be a bit of like a late game win condition in case you're flooding out. Not a card I'm looking to main deck, but I think it beats the Dusk Mantle Operative. So I think I'll take the Vampire Opportunist here. And a late Devouring Hellion. Okay, so we can definitely work on more sacrifice fodder. Alright, so it seems like red-black is open. This is the color we want to be. So hopefully, what do we need here? Maybe another removal spell can be fine. Some more sacrifice fodder. A Toll of the Invasion can be very nice. We do have a good number of sacrifice outlets again. Double Heartfire, Dread Malkin, the Spark Reaper, and even a Spark Harvest for sacrifice. So yeah, just a little bit more fodder. Maybe we can pick up like a I forgot the Enter the God Eternals. The 3 mana, discard 1, draw 2, amass 1. So we'll see. Soren's good, but I don't think we're splashing. I think it's just another Spark Harvest here. There's also an on-crop invader, but I don't think we take it over Spark Harvest. Just a solid removal spell that you need, that you do want to prioritize in these red-black sacrifice decks. Versatile, since you can cast it for 5 mana and sacrifice 1 deal, or just sacrifice a small creature and kill something. Pack 1, pick 1. I probably lean towards Soren, since I mean, I guess white-black doesn't have too much synergy, but as long as you have Soren, it's pretty powerful. And then I would probably take Spark Harvest and then move to Sunblade Angel or Merfolk Skydiver. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, pack 1, pick 1 would be close between Merfolk Skydiver and the Soren Vengeful Bloodlord. Since might just go for Merfolk. I don't know. Since blue-green tends to have a lot more synergy. But outside of that, we're still the red-black sack deck. I would take Spark Harvest, and maybe if Spark Harvest wasn't in this pack, I would take the on-crop invader. But we'll take the Spark Harvest here since we could use another solid removal spell. Jaya, I do like. Great card. We have a good number of red, so we should be able to leverage the passive ability since if another red source deals damage, it deals 1 extra damage, which is nice, and then it comes with a minus removal ability for small creatures. So obviously the pick here, red looks open. Second best card in this pack is like Law Enforcer. If this wasn't the pick, I would take the Shriek Diver. So I'll take the Jaya here. I don't
feel a day over 150.
Could take Nahiri. Could take Chandra's Pyrohelix. Nahiri's pretty good. Since if the opponent is attacking you, you can just minus and kill them, and then giving all your creatures for a strike on your turn is really nice. If you're being aggressive enough, I guess. We do have a good number of removal. I don't know if we want Chandra's Pyrohelix, but it can be good against opponent playing lots of small creatures. It's pretty good with Jaya. So, I don't know. Could just take Nahiri here as a fine removal planeswalker if the opponent is... I guess, no, never mind. There's Lazadev Reaver. I think that's actually what we're looking here. We just need more sacrifice fodder. Yeah, we could use more sacrifice. I think it's the Lazadev Reaver here, unfortunately. But I would probably take Nahiri. The problem is Nahiri is that you need to be the hyper-aggressive opponent. Red-black tends to be fairly aggressive, but it's not the most aggressive. And it's better if you have large creatures to get first strike like this Raging Kronk. But I think we need the fodder here. Since, again, we have a lot of sacrifice, but we don't have too much fodder to sacrifice. So I think I'll take a Lazadev Reaver. That's a good 2-drop for us. I do like a Vraska's Finisher. If we're being fairly aggressive, we can attack. And then if the opponent manages to block and get a value trade, we can just use the Vraska to finish it off. Best card in this pack is by far maybe like Wanderer Strike, Callous Dismissal. But we'll take a Vraska's Finisher here. I think, there's an Honor to Godfair. I do like this card. Can help us fix our draw step. Loot to prevent flood, also masses 1, which is excellent. And I can take it here, and if I take it here, I could imagine cutting the Bolt Bent, since I don't think we're really a 4-power Matters deck. We do have a decent number of 4-power, like the Raging Kronk, maybe Devouring Hellion can be 4-power, Chain Whip Cyclops, Typh Bear Giant, and Invading Manicore, but I don't think that's the theme of what we are focusing on. Otherwise, I think Chandra's Power Helix is good, but we don't really have too many ways to prevent flood. What do we have as flood insurance? Not much really. I guess a Spark Reaper, but we need to sacrifice stuff. Vampire maybe in the late game, but I think the Honored God Pharaoh is just what we're looking for, so we don't end up flooding. And it's nice to just have this. Ooh, late Gyre's Greeting. Happy to see that. Going to be the pick here. Happy to see that late, so we're definitely in the right colors. Even a Heartfire. There's Price of Betrayal, which I think I'm a big fan of, since it can just kill a Planeswalker. But outside of the Planeswalker killing, if all it does is remove counters if you're facing against like a heavy Proliferate deck. It's still a decent sideboard card. I don't know if I need triple Heartfire, however, since 3 can be quite excessive. We do have double Spark Harvest already, so I don't know how much we want to go in on the all-in sacrifice plan. Let's see. Could just take the price, maybe put in a sideboard. I don't know. I don't think it's a third Heartfire. I don't think it's a Chain Whip. Hopefully I don't end up playing this Dusk Mantle Operative. There is a late Grateful Apparition. I could just take it for gems. So yeah, I guess there was a white Proliferate deck going on. Ooh, happy to see an On-Crop Invader. Pretty good 3-drop since it has First Strike on our turn. Nice aggressive card. Yeah, it's probably going to be my pick here. Otherwise, another Grim Initiate would be nice, but I do like having a On-Crop Invader in these sacrifice decks. And could take an Unlikely Aid as a nice removal trick. I mean, nice combat trick. Even a late Chain Whip Cyclops here. Don't know if I need 2 of them, but we'll see. Okay, alright. Pretty decent red-black sack deck. It's going to be pretty easy to build, I think. So I don't think we're splashing for anything, so I think cutting the Gill Globe is fine here. It's an okay cantrip, but it's not something you really need in the Black-Red Sacrifice deck. So I think that can go. Could go 16 lands, cut maybe like Invading Manticore, and just play 1 5-drop. I mean 1 6-drop, 2 5-drop, since our curve doesn't look relatively high. But if we do cut like one of our top end cards, this Bolt Bend, it's going to be worse. So I don't know here. I don't think we're actually a Bolt Bent deck, to be honest. I don't know how often we're going to get the 4 power, and this is quite situational. So I think we'll cut the Bolt Bent here, and then we can cut 1 more card. Looking at removal, this is good. Looking at fodder, we do have a Grim Initiate as sacrifice fodder, double Lazative Reaver. So that's 2. 3, we have the Honor. 4, Davriel maybe in the late game. Maybe Jaya can be sacrificed. I still think it's a 16-line deck because we kind of want to get to 5 sometimes with the Spark Harvest, since we're not looking to sack. So cards I'm looking to cut could end up cutting the Vampire Opportunist. Could end up cutting Devouring Hellion. Since it's kind of, it really wants you to sacrifice. Otherwise, like a 3-mana 2/2 is bad outside of the sacrifice. I do like the rest of these, I think. Yeah, I do like the rest of these. Could just cut the Devouring Hellion, to be honest. The Vampire Opportunist can be a nice late game mana sink if you're looking to drain the opponent out. If we do enough damage, just having this drain the opponent at 7 can be pretty decent. Yeah, the Devouring Hellion just demands a little bit too much, I guess. And if we already have a lot of good sacrifice outlets with this Red Malkin, Spark Reaper maybe, On-Crop Invaders looking to sacrifice sometimes, that we don't need another one, and we have a good number of removal spells that require sacrifice. So if we don't, I don't really want to end up with a 3-mana 2/2, and you can get 2 for 1 pretty easily with cards like Omnix's Cruelty and Spark Harvest in this set. So if you end up sacrificing like a good number of creatures to grow this, they can just remove it and it's game over. So I think we'll cut the Devouring Hellion here, and then I think this is our deck. How does it look like if we go 16 lands and add in, I don't know, say Bolt Spent? Probably not, since we do want to ensure that we hit our 6 drops and our 5 drops. Even Spark Harvest can be cast on 5 quite fairly well. So I think this is the deck we are looking to draft and go for. So I think this is good here. Any final suggestions? Do we want to put in another Chain Whip Cyclops? I don't know. I don't think so. Bolt Bents, again, I don't think we are going for the 4-power theme that much. We do have a good number of 4-power, but I don't think that's our main focus. Again, we have too much sacrifice outlets, and I don't think we have enough fodder that can justify Devouring Hellion. Don't think we need combat tricks here. Unlikely Aid and Samut Sprint when we have a good number of removal already. So these are kind of like our removal spell. Yeah, I think this is a solid deck. And the mana base slightly favoring red, so I think 9/8 is good. And then yeah, let's try this deck out. Should be quite fun. So we'll see. And I've been drafting a lot of red blue lately in my red black lately in my channel, so it could just be a sign that they just want me to play black red all day. But I'm happy with this deck. Could have used Omnix's Cruelty, but we have a decent number of removal already in this deck. Alright, not a good hand. I do need red for the Grim Initiates. Invading Mana Core will probably not get there. Jai is going to take a while. Davrio will probably be the best bet. That's the best card that's good early, but this isn't a good hand, so I think we mulligan. Alright, this looks fine. We have a good number of 2-drops. I could end up cutting a Swamp, I guess. And we do have some Sacrifice Fodder and some good 2-drops. So I think we'll keep in bottom a Swamp. Even though I don't really want... Even though I have a good number of 5s, I think with the early drops we could be fine here. So I think we'll start out with the Grim Initiates. And I don't really want the Flood. But I'm kind of... There's a high chance I could end up getting mana screwed, so we'll play the Swamp, move the attacks. And I could just play the Tibalt's Rager, since I can pump it next turn, but I'm probably not looking to pump next turn. I probably just want to develop the Lazative Reaver, so I think the right choice here is a Reaver to just help us go wide. And also want to keep in mind I do want to keep at least one land in hand in case I pick up the Honor to God Pharaohs. Okay, opponent passes, invading Manticore, so we do want to get this 6 as well, but we'll move the attacks. Get in there. Could have a Jai's Greeting here, I think I'm fine. Could use an end step, I guess, on my Tibalt's Rager, but we'll see. And I think I'm fine playing out the Swamp for now. Hopefully I can get to land 6. I can sacrifice the Grim Initiate in the meantime to get rid of a high toughness blocker that's in the way. Vivian's Grizzly is fine. Do I want to kill it? I don't know. Could just attack with the Tibalt's Rager. This can get annoying in the late game, but it's not the late game yet. I'm fine just attacking the Tibalt's Rager and trading if he wants to. And if not, I can just play out the Spark Reaper, which is a fine card that can attack past the Vivian's Grizzly anyways. I don't think I really want to sack here. I don't really want to sack the Grim Initiate to kill it to get in, I don't know, 3 damage. I don't think it's worth it. So I think we'll just develop the board for now. Turret Ogre, that card I'm definitely looking to sacrifice. Do I do it now? If I do it now, what happens? I would most likely sacrifice the Grim Initiate. He still has a Vivian's Grizzly to block the Tibalt's Rager. I think I'll attack first and see. We'll attack with a Tibalt's Rager and see what he does. Could have played the land. Actually, I don't need to play land. I could just use it pump now to get him for 3. I could leave up the Spark Reaper. Do I play the land out? I mean, I need to eventually get to 6 to play the Invading Manticore. I think I'll get in there for 1, play out land and pass, since I can leave up Heartfire end of turn, or use the Spark Reaver to sack for value. So we'll take it slow here. It would be pretty sad if I pick up an honor. I top deck an honor to God Pharaohs. And what was he looking to put a counter on? Turret Ogre. Okay, I could Heartfire end of turn to kill it. I think the better option is to Heartfire the Vivian's Grizzly, because there's a chance that I could Heartfire the Tibalt's Rager. I could do it next turn. If I Heartfire the Tibalt's Rager, what happens? I do take out the Kronk Wrangler. I won't be able to attack past the Turret Ogre, however. So if I Heartfire the Grim Initiate, what happens? He still keeps the Kronk Wrangler, keeps the Turret Ogre. If I don't Heartfire, I need to hold my top deck a red land, so I can at least pump the Tibalt's Rager. He's most likely going to block the Kronk Wrangler anyway, so I think we Heartfire now. We'll target the Vivian's Grizzly, since it can be a bigger nuisance later. And I'll happily sacrifice the Tibalt's Rager, since it deals 1 damage. And I can just take out the Kronk Wrangler. And this is pretty nice, since it's like a 2-for-1, essentially. 2 for 2, I think, more likely. Now, I could attack here, and then use Spark Reaper to sack. I could use Spark Reaper end of turn. I could just play Swamp here and pass. I think I'll play Swamp and pass. End of turn, I could even just, since I can block and then sack, and hopefully I can get my 6 land drop to play out this Invading Manticore. And I think I'll activate the Spark Reaper end of his turn. On the Grim Initiate. And if he uses removal on the Spark Reaper, I'll sacrifice the Spark Reaper to itself. Alright, that's fine. I'll sacrifice the Spark Reaper itself. So luckily I kept up mana. Fizzle out the Band Together so he doesn't get value off of it. I still draw a card, which is nice. And a Spark Harvest is nice. I can cast this for 5 mana now. To kill it. I could just play out the Invading Manticore. I guess I'll just play out the Invading Manticore since it's more mana efficient. And if I kill the Turret Ogre, next turn I can get in for a huge chunk of damage. And he could play something even scarier that I want to Spark Harvest, so I don't know if I want to do this. Yeah, I could attack him with the zombie army as well. So I'm happy with the trade if he trades for the 3/3. So we'll get in there for 3. So the Invading Manticore is the right play. I almost forgot that this amass is for 2. So. Alright, Kurgan Crisis, that's fine. Spark Harvest takes it out. I think I'm fine if he attacks. I don't think I need to chump, since I'm not really scared of taking 6. So I could attack with I could attack the 1/1s and use Vraska's Finisher. I don't hate that. I think I'll do that instead. I mean, I could have sack killed it and didn't get in for a huge chunk, but I guess Vraska is more like a late game card. He's obviously gonna think it's the Vraska's Finisher. Yeah, okay, he didn't fall for it. Yeah, I made the right play with a Spark Harvest. I think it was too obvious that I had a Vraska's Finisher. I could save the next turn if he played something else. But this is pretty nice for me since I don't think he has a way to counter this. And this is just very valuable since he already proliferated onto the Turret Ogre. And then just being able to kill this is nice. I don't think there's any way to protect this outside of the Lasdiv plating, which I highly doubt he's playing, so. Arlen is good.
Feel your hair prickle.
So if I Spark Harvest this wolf, I can just get in there for lethal. So,
children.
Alright, good games. Alright, sweet. Do want to keep track of the creature count, but yeah, whatever. I found an opponent already, so I think I'll check out my creature count after this matchup. Alright, is this a good hand? I do need red for the Jai's Greeting. I am on the draw. There's a chance I pick up red. If I don't, I get a Spark Reaper. I mean, if I do pick up red, it's nice. There's Grim Initiate with the Spark Reaper is nice. I could just gamble it. I'm running 9 red sources. It's pretty bad if I don't. But I guess if I get the 3 mana, I can still sacrifice the Spark Reaper in itself and dig. I think it's worth risking it. I'll take it here. Alright. As long as I find a single red source, I'm good. I am on the draw, so there's a chance. Next turn, if nothing happens, what happens? I could just end up discarding, I don't know, the Grim Initiate. Well, has his own Spark Reaper. A red source would be pretty good here. But we didn't get one, so definitely punished. What do I discard? I think maybe the Raging Kronk, since it takes a little bit of setup to get going. But yeah, just missing those land drops are crucial. The opponent will start attacking here for 4. I can eventually sacrifice the Tibalt's Rager, I guess, and kill off the Shriek Diver. But yeah, missing land drops isn't good, so we'll pass, and we'll end up discarding. I don't want to discard the Grim Initiate. Could just be the Spell Gorger, since it takes a little bit more time to set up. The Tibalt's Rager is nice if we sacrifice it to get rid of the Shriek Diver. Maybe it's just a Grim Initiate. Nah, Spell Gorger. Yeah, missing land drop sucks. We are on draw, and our curve is relatively low. So just really unfortunate here.
Please run. A chase stokes the ford. The only prize I desire.
Now we finally picked up a land. Good Jai's Greeting here. If he masses again, you have a 5/5. I could Tibalt's Rager and Spark Harvest, but I don't think that's too good, since I think I want to do it next turn, since if he goes all in with this 4/4, I can Tibalt's Rager, Spark Harvest, kill the 4/4, kill off the Shriek Diver. So, yeah, we'll just Jai's Greeting now, since he can sacrifice. Do I want extra land? Is there a reason for the extra land? I could Spark Reaper and cast the Grim Initiate next turn. Don't think I need a land. Next turn I'm looking to play the Bolt and sacrifice it to Spark Harvest. I think I'd rather have a red source, so I think I'll bomb the Swamp. But I don't think I'm winning this either, since the opponent is... Unless the opponent floods out. Just getting mana screwed early was not really my intention. Rising Populace, well that's pretty bad, since it's going to grow if I kill the opponent here. I could always Jai's Greeting and kill it, but I'm going to be taking lethal next turn. So yeah, I think I'll just play the Tibalt's Rager here, and take 4 from the Populace. And I think I have to kill the 4/4 here. And he's going to have a 4/4 Rising Populace on the battlefield. I could take out the Angrath, but I'll die if I don't kill the Shriek Diver. So I highly doubt we're going to win this. And now I do need a way to get rid of this Rising Populace, so I'll probably end up playing the Grim Initiate, sacrifice it to Spark Harvest here. Hope he doesn't play anything. Okay, and I'm pretty much... I guess I'm not dead yet. So now I'm happy just playing the Grim Initiate, Spark Harvest. Have to take out the 4/4 here. Sacrifice the Grim Initiate. Next turn I can use the Jai's Greeting onto the War Screecher to kill it. Yeah, just missing your land drops suck. I'm running 17 lands, but I'm dead. Alright, GG's, opponent. Yeah, I'm running 17 lands, creature count 14 and 9 non-creatures, so I think we're good. It was just missing the land drops that hurt us really badly, so. Kind of took that risk that game, and I think it was still worth it. I mean, I just need to get the 3 mana to play a Spark Reaper, maybe sacrifice it. I don't know. How good is this hand? I do have a turn 2 Jaya's Greeting. Third land gets us Davriel. Jaya's going to take a while. I could Honor if I flood out. So it's only between these two. I think it's fine. If we get a third land, it's fine. We can Jaya's Greeting to scry into Davriel. It's a little bit of a reactive hand, so I don't know if this is a good hand on the play, but it's definitely decent on the draw. Since you're not looking to develop the board too early. But yeah, this is fine. And then I can drop Davriel next turn. And even consider Spark Harvesting it. Alright, Dusk Mantle. Yeah, I think I'll Jaya's Greeting it. I don't think I need a Chain Whip Cyclops. I think I'll drop Davriel next turn. Davriel, we can minus here. Probably discards worst card.
Refined, and a far better dresser than you. I don't think you'll be needing that.
Discards land, so he probably has another one in the hand. Okay, blue-black control. Could have a counter spell here. Do I play land? I could honor. I don't hate honoring here, but I'll minus first to see what the opponent does. Since I do have a land to discard,
Thing to waste.
and I'll eventually get to 5, I think. So we'll just honor the God Pharaohs here, discard the land. Hopefully I get a land here. I think there's a high chance I will. Yep. And then I can use Spark Harvest if I need to next turn as well, and I also have the Jaya. I highly doubt he's going to have one or few cards, so I might just use the last tick on Davriel. Charity Extractor, not really scared of that card, since I have good blockers against it. Could just play out the Spellgorger Weird. I don't think I need a sack, so I think I'll do that. And if he does kill the Spellgorger Weird, he has a chance to attack Davriel, so I think I'll use it now, since I have the Spark Reaver ready to sacrifice. I'll eventually get to 5 mana anyways, to use the Spark Harvest. So this is a really nice 3-for-1, even discards the Sorin's Thirst. So I think we'll say go. Not really scared of the Charity Extractor, so I'm not going to use Spark Harvest on it. If he attacks, I'm smelling like an unlikely aid. That's fine. Alright, Spark Reaver is good. I don't think I want to play Lads of Reaver. I don't really want to grow the zombie army token. But Spark Reaper can still block the Charity Extractor pretty nicely. And I can get in there for 1. Hopefully he doesn't have like Enter the God Eternals. Erratic Visionary, okay. So, could attack into with the Spark Reaper, and if he blocks it, I can use Jaya to finish it off. But then if I use Jaya to finish it off, he could attack with a Charity Extractor and deal 1 to it, which I don't care about. Otherwise, I can attack with both. If he blocks the 1/1, I can use the Spark Reaper. Could just play Lazar Reaver. I mean, I could just sacrifice the 1/1 and play the Lazar Reaver. That's also a decent place. Don't really want to use Spark Harvest here. If he does block with the 1/5, I guess Jaya doesn't finish it off. So yeah, I don't mind attacking with the 1/1. And then if he blocks it, I'll just sacrifice and respond with the Spark Reaper. So we'll do this. You could be smelling... You could be expecting like Vraska's Finisher. Okay, nothing, so I think it's fine just using it. And then we can play out our Lazar Reaver to amass 1 again. Just being able to gain value off of this is nice. Even the Jaya's Greeting. Could just Jaya's Greeting the Erratic Visionary, since this can help him loot. I think I'll do that. Hopefully he doesn't have Lazar Plating, but I think this is important just so he doesn't essentially Scry. Do I need Vampire Opportunist? I think it's going to be too slow to drain him, so I think I'll bottom it. I do want to get a 6 land for this Type Bear Giant, however. Alright, that's fine. Don't think I care. Opponent's looking to flood out. I don't think he has anything amazing. Could have a counter spell, but now I guess I can drop the last of the Type Bear Giant. This Heartfire even, that's really nice. And if he blocks next turn, I can still use Jai's Greeting. Right, Cruelty. That's unfortunate. But he is using up his good removal. I guess the Heartfire with the Jaya is pretty decent as well. Do I play the Giant now? I can always do it next turn with the Heartfire. I think I'll keep land in hand in case he has discard. So we'll say go here. Kazmina, okay, that's a good one. Alright, so it's going to cost 2 more.
War is coming. I will not be unprepared.
Okay then.
Focus on what matters.
Think I need to Heartfire and kill Kazmina. And I think I'll sacrifice the 1/1 token. Because this is only another source. Since I do want to use Jai to get rid of his 2/2 next turn. So yeah, we'll just use it now. Because Kazmina is really good. And the Lazarus Reaver can basically block the Charity Extractor, so we'll try this.
My schemes are ruined.
Keep making that face, and I'll singe your eyebrows off. Watch this.
We'll say go. Flying blocking the Charity Extractor if he attacks with it. Flooding a little bit here. Do I play out land? Probably keep it as discard since I should have enough lands to play whatever I want at this point. Do need to hit some creatures. Opponent could be holding a hand with nothing but removal. Second Lazarus Reaver is pretty solid here. I don't think I need to Spark Harvest the Charity Extractor. I don't think it's a huge threat. But I guess that's fine playing on Mountain for now, and we'll say go. Hope he doesn't have Toll of the Invasion here. You could Toll of the Invasion and get rid of my Spark Harvest. But I still think he could have scarier threats I need to remove with the Spark Harvest. Any stealth mission. Okay, so this is a good target to get rid of now. So he's going to kill the Jaya. If he has Lazarus Plating, that would be a huge blowout, but I have to go for the Spark Harvest. Since this is a pretty good target. Let's play land. So no Lazarus Plating, please. Doesn't have it, okay. Hopefully he doesn't have, like, commence the end game, but I do have Vraska's finisher, so I think this is fine. So he does have, if he does use commence the end game, I can just finisher it. And I'll save the finisher in case he has something big to block. He could just be flooding out here. Opponent doesn't seem to have a really good deck. Okay, Jace's Triumph, and he tapped a little bit awkwardly. Since you could have kept that one single black. Right, we'll keep the land in hand. I have 8 mana, so but I can still cast a 6-drop and Vraska's finisher, so I think it's fine. Maybe bluff like a removal spell. I used up most of my removal already. I have another I guess I still have a Heartfire and a Spark Harvest in the deck. Already used the Honor the God Pharaoh, so don't have too many ways to prevent Flood. I have 10 lands, 10... Okay. Damage is prevented. So I can't really get rid of Raska's Finisher, however I can still chump it. So I think I'll play the Kronk Wrangler and pass here. We can chump with the Lazar Reaver just to slow it down. So this card's a little bit annoying. How do we win this? Could use another Spark Harvest, I guess, on the Ugin's Conjurant. Don't care about Dovin since
I look forward to seeing your mistakes.
it prevents damage. Guess he's using this as defense. Okay, I think we'll kill the Conjurant here. I think it's important, so we'll play the land, play the Spark Harvest. Hopefully he doesn't have Counterspell, but I can't really afford to play around it. Probably has something since there's something he's holding up priority. So because of the 4 mana one that masses 2, that'll be quite unfortunate. But I think we have to go for it because we're not really the deck that's looking to play the long game. He can flicker it. Right, that's not good, but I guess I can kill Dovin now. I guess I can just deal 1 damage to Dovin and then use Vraska's Finisher. Yeah, only it deals with Planeswalker, so I think we need to go face here. But him casting the Conjurant is going to be pretty annoying next turn. And this can prevent damage anyway, so Vraska's Finisher isn't good against it. So we'll finish the Conjurant.
I don't like it, but
I do have another Heartfire that can
defeat.
maybe finish him off. So most of my removal is gone except 1 Heartfire. So I probably need to use the Heartfire on his face, if I can help it. Could just attack with all, he blocks the Kronk. He takes 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 damage, down to 6. Just becomes a 4/4. You can still die to Heartfire. I think we have to go for it, since I do want to shrink down this Conjurant. And eventually if we get our Heartfire, we can still finish him off. So we'll just say go. $12 cards left in the deck. This is 10 lands, 11, 12, 13. So 4 more lands in the deck, 8 spells. If I get the 5/5 that can make this unblock, make this unable to block, that's good. I'll play land out here and pass. Don't think I need to attack with all to shrink this. I could attack with all, shrink this down to a 1/1 if he blocks. But now he has Typhra Giant. I'm fine if he takes damage here, since a single Heartfire can just finish him off. Vizier, so he has a good number of blockers already. Do I have a way to get past this? I don't think I want to block here, since if I top deck Heartfire, I can just deal 1 damage and beat him. So I think we will just let this happen. Ooh, that's good. So what happens now? I could send in all. He blocks the 3/2. Though he's probably going to use a 1/1 to trade the 3/2 off. And then he's going to block the 1/1, take 1 down to 4. I think we'll just play the Invading Manticore here, make this into a 3/3. And we're still 1 off with the Heartfire. Yeah, I don't think I'm really in the looking to attack. Spark Reaper can gain him life. Well, that's a little bit obnoxious. The 1/1 Death Touch is annoying. Is there anything I can do? $11 lands, 12, 13, 14. So 3 more lands in the deck. Opponent is stabilizing. Is this game going to come down to decking? He is at 10, I'm at 9. So he is ahead on cards. Again, I do have a Heartfire to finish the opponent off if need be. He can gain life with the Spark Reaper. So it might just be a game where we just hopefully just force the opponent to use a Spark Reaper to deck himself. So probably no attacks here. Since I could kill him with a Heartfire, he could sacrifice in response, of course. Breaker is annoying. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we both have 6 cards. Conjuring is going to become a 5/5. I can still chump it with the Grim Initiate. I'm happy if he attacks with a 2/2, to be honest. Opponent's drawing all his good cards. He had a pretty bad opening hand. Could be keeping up like Counterspell here. On-Crop. I don't hate the On-Crop since I have all this good sacrifice fodder, and now I can just maybe attack past the opponent. So I don't hate this card. I think it's pretty decent here. Since I can sacrifice my Reaver and even the Initiates to get in good attacks. So I'll play land here and pass. So 1 more land in the deck. I do have the Chain Whip Cyclops. Yeah, I bottomed that card. This probably would have been better earlier. Okay. Sure. Still a fine chump blocker, I guess. And we'll pass here. I guess I can use the Chain Whip Cyclops to activate it like a good number of times to finish off the opponent. Okay, so the opponent just attacks. No, if he's attacking, I would have been happy. So, Utabalt's Rager is not bad. We'll play it. I think I'll play out all my lands, so if I do reach the Chain Whip Cyclops, I can make him unable to block and get in for the victory. Crush Descent, okay, sure. What was this? Oh, I paid it, so... Alright, I guess he still grows a 4/4, but I got the Debalt's Rager that can start racing the opponent. So, do I attack Ashiok Skulker? Well, that can start pressuring me. I do want to draw out his deck. Heartfire, okay. So, if I attack with the Debalt's Rager, he's definitely going to block with, like, I don't know, his 4/4 or something. How much lands? 15, 16. I guess there's a turn where I can use Chain Whip Cyclops, play him, and then essentially make a couple things unable to block, and then get in with all. I don't know here. Yeah, let's play out the land. I think I'll attack with the Debalt's Rager anyways, and I can still kill the Vizier if he kills it. I don't mind if he sacks since it makes him draw cards, and he's going to lose the card draw race, so I think this is good. He could activate Spark Reaper in response to Heartfire, so I think it's fine just using the ping on the Vizier. So the opponent's thinking hard here. Okay, I think I'll pump twice, since I don't really want to use the extra ping to essentially I could attempt to hardfire his face, but we'll just let this happen. But if I hardfire his face, he's most likely going to sacrifice his 1/1 anyway, so I think I'll use it on the Vizier. Force him to use the Spark Reaper. He doesn't use it. Okay. I guess he doesn't want to draw. Okay, we can just pass here. Massacre Girl. Interesting. What does Massacre Girl do? It kills everything, except the Massacre Girl, of course. I could let that resolve and Heartfire and kill it. Or I can Heartfire his face. Do I want to kill the Massacre Girl or go for his face? I think I go for his face since I can drain him with the Vampire Opportunist. And I can sacrifice the 1/1 Initiate because I don't care. And I don't think he can kill me with the 4/4. Since if I play the Vampire Opportunist, I could essentially he's just wiping his whole entire board, which I don't care. Since the Vampire Opportunist can just drain him the turn he dies. So I don't mind taking 4 here. Ooh, Dreadmalkin, okay, I guess that's lethal. If he doesn't have an extra blocker. So I'm happy if he uses Counterspell onto this. Okay, no escape, and then I can cast the Chain Whip Cyclops. Next turn, make the Massacre Girl unable to block. He still has a 4-turn clock. I should be able to win this. Right, if this is counter, I still have the Vampire Opportunist to activate at 7 mana. Alright, so the Vampire Opportunist will basically help. If he doesn't have an answer to the Vampire Opportunist, I basically win the game. Alright, we'll see. If he counters this, it's game over. Alright, and he doesn't counter it. Alright. Well, it's nice that we're on MTG Arena so we can see the bottom of our deck. In real life, I don't know if I would have even remembered any of it. And I would have just conceded. So, let's keep playing. Alright, good 2 drops, 3 drop. I think it's fine. We're on the play. They can make sense. I might just lead with the Reaver since I can put 2 bodies on the battlefield while the Vampire Opportunist can just ends up getting traded off usually. Alright, Law Rune Enforcer. Well, he just good games me. That's funny. Right, I think I'll play the land. I think I'll squelch this guy. He's a little bit weird. Opponent, stop being weird. If I play out the Vampire Opportunist, I could attack next turn. But I think I'll play out the Reaver to put the extra body onto the battlefield. Don't know if I want Davriel now. I could do. It's better in the later, I guess, since I can get the best cards out of his hand, while the Jaya can answer the Law Rune Enforcer pretty nicely. So I think I might just play the Vampire Opportunist and pass. He can't tap down the tokens. He can tap down my creatures. So definitely want to keep that in mind. How's Davriel? He can just tap and attack. I think I'll play the On-Crop Invader. He can tap the On-Crop Invader for 1 mana end of turn, which I don't care too much if he does. Jaya can answer the Law Rune Enforcers on turn 5, so we'll just pass here. Proliferate, okay. White-green Proliferate, this is a really nice land. So hopefully it doesn't enhance these Law Rune Enforcers, because I do need to kill them with Jaya. Teo's Light Shield, okay, so he's going to enhance them. Pretty annoying. I guess he's looking to enhance the Teo's Light Shield. Land is good. So now what? If I play out Davriel, he can just tap both of my creatures. And then attack into him, so I don't think we do it. It's better if you have less cards in hand. Could attack with the On-Crop Invader, to be honest. Since I don't really care if his Law Rune Enforcer attacks, I think I will do that. And I'm fine sacrificing any of these creatures to just sacrificing the 1/1 to first strike the 1/4 away. And then we'll play the Vampire. And do I play out land? Does it matter? Do I need the extra 1 mana? Probably, since I might need to sack. Well, actually I played out land already, so never mind. So luckily he didn't enhance the Law Rune Enforcers. The Jaya can start pinging the Law Rune Enforcers next turn. The Karn's Bastion will be annoying though, since he can essentially just pump the Teo, but I do have removal with the Spark Harvest in my deck to get rid of it. Crawl Stinger, okay. This is a first striker on my turn. So now what? Could play the Chain Whip Cyclops. Could just ping the Crawl Stinger. Could ping the Law Rune Enforcer. I think this turn is Jaya. I just don't know what to do. If I Jaya and ping a Law Rune, I guess I can still trade a 2/1 into the 2/2. This is a really decent win condition. If I ping the Crawl Stinger, he can just tap both of these and attack for 1 onto Jaya, which I don't care too much about. If I ping the Law Rune, he can tap 1 thing down. I can use a Vampire to trade. So I think I'll play the Jaya here. Maybe the Crawl Stinger can go.
Aim for first.
I don't really care if he uses both his turn to tap my stuff down and deal 1 to me. So, I mean, I do want to kill both Law Rune Enforcers if I can help it. Since this can be pretty annoying since it can tap everything down, so I think I'll start pinging them off.
Who's up for a catastrophe?
Do I attack here? Probably not, since I do want to use the Tapper. He can proliferate this for 4 mana, but he still needs the 1 mana to tap. Yeah, I'm fine blocking the 2/1 here. I can still block with a 1/2. Oh, I guess he can proliferate this into a 2/2. So maybe I chump it. Alright, so if he's using this to tap, he can't use the Karn's Bastion. So I think I'm fine blocking like this, and then blocking the Vampire Opportunist. Could have a pump trick, but I can't do much about it if that's the case. I do want to protect this Jaya. Okay. If he's going to use a Divine Arrow on the 2/1, I'm happy with that, since now the On-Crop Invaders can do a good number of work. Sure. Do I just play the Chain Whip? I guess I do. What do I kill? I think the Law Rune Enforcer, since it's going to be pretty annoying, it can tap my stuff down. So we'll get rid of the Law Rune Enforcer here. They definitely look forward to attacking, so we'll attack both of these. And then I'll play the Chain Whip Cyclops. He can finish off Jaya for all I care. Just taking out these Lava Reinforcers to Jai is really nice. If he blocks with a Tails Light Shield, I'll just use a Rakdos finisher and kill it. Yeah, I'll get rid of Jai. I don't think she's necessary. Yeah, I don't think I need a trade. I don't want to trade for it.
Well, I'm going home.
Rising Populace, okay. Jai's Greeting is pretty nice on the Rising Populace. Could Jai's Greeting and then decide if I want to Raska here. Or Davriel. Could just use it main phase. I think I'll use it main phase. Yeah, we'll do it. Get rid of this. Do I need Grim Initiate? Not really. I think we'll bottom. Move to attacks. He's probably not going to block if I know Tails attacking, so I think I'll attack with everything here. See what he does. Alright, he just takes it. Do I just play Davriel? I think I do, since I can deal 2 damage to him. Yeah, I think I'll do it here, make him discard a card. He can finish off Davriel for all I care. But make him discard 1 and deal 2 damage is pretty huge.
Let's tidy up.
And these are probably good cards.
Ugh, what a whiner.
Alright, nice. Well, that's what you get for emoting me, opponent. Don't ever underestimate whoever you're facing with your emotes. Alright, so I am on the play. I do have a 2-drop, a 3-drop. I think it's fine. Hopefully I can pick up more creatures. Eventually I'll get the Typh Bear. I think this is an okay keep. And we'll leave with a mountain. I could hide the black land, since I don't need double black. Yeah, I'll play it to Vault. He can play an extra land. I guess this helps him ramp. So he's playing blue-green Proliferate. I don't think I want to Jai's Greeting away the Arboreal Grazer. At least, unless he tries to Proliferate onto it. That's a different story. So, do I drop the Davriel next turn? Snare Spinner is a bit annoying. Could just honor the God Pharaoh, to be honest. Could keep up Jai's Greeting. I could just Davriel later, since he might have better cards in my hand. And then, do I swing in for 1? Probably don't need to. He might try to Proliferate onto this Snare Spinner, so I guess we'll just pass. But this is a pretty decent target. Visionary. I think I might want to get rid of the Visionary instead. Since I don't really care about him dealing with flyers. I don't want him to loot. Spark Harvest is nice. I'll keep that on top. Could just honor now. I don't hate it. Could just move the attacks. If he decides to block, I can pump, which I don't hate. So I think this is fine. Get in there. We'll honor here. Discard land. Since I don't really want to flat out, and I top deck 2 lands anyways. Don't think I need to use Spark Harvest, so I think I'll pass. Another Snare Spinner, okay. Opponent's definitely going hard on Snare Spinners. If I attack, what happens? I can pump twice. And I can finish him off. So I don't hate it here. I could just keep it back as defense. I don't actually mind doing a ton of damage if he doesn't block, so I think I'll play out land and attack. He can attack me back for 2, but I don't really care. And pumping once is pretty decent here, so yeah, I guess if he wants to take all his damage, I'm happy to deal 5 to his face. We'll pass here. And then after I drop this Typh Bear, I can eventually start protecting Davriel and attack past these 1/3s. You could have a counter spell. Which one do I want to develop? I think I like the Invading Mana Core since it can make this into a 3/3. If he has counter spell, that would be pretty annoying though. I don't know, the card advantage might be more important, but I think I'm fine playing out the Manticore. So if he counters this, that would be pretty upsetting. I think I'm fine attacking with a 3/3, since I do want to start getting in damage. I don't think he has anything to pump at instant speed. And if he wants to go all in with one creature, we have a Spark Harvest to punish him. Right, Band Together, that's fine. I can still do 1 damage to his face. He used a good removal spell on something he could have traded off. He didn't use it on like the Invading Mana Core. Well, this is annoying.
How you lived is how you'll die.
Could kill Vraska. Could just attack him the 3/3 at Vraska, force the trade with the 1/1 token. If I Spark Harvest here, is most likely he's going to block. Could just Davriel, actually. Yeah, I think Davriel might be better. Then we can play the Last of Reaver to punish him.
No one has seen my face and lived. Let me pick your
Since he only has
brain
2
for a
cards
minute.
left. And I might just attack with this 3/3, force the 1/1 to trade into it. And then play out the Last of Reaver because it makes a body anyways. So yeah, we'll force this trade. And then we have 2 bodies with the Last of Reaver. So I think I prefer this over having the 3/3. Don't think I need a Spark Harvest, so I'll pass. And I can
All I've left you
deal
is
2 damage
pain.
per turn and make him discard.
Keep your
Don't mind
face
trading a
close.
1/1 for 1/1 if
Kill
he
your
uses
enemies.
the Assassin. He could always, of course, proliferate onto the Vraska. So that can be a bit of a nuisance. Invading Manticore. I think I'll just play out my mana here, play out the Typh Bearer. Don't think I'm attacking. Card draw is nice. I'll keep land in hand in case there's discard, but I think I'm fine using Davriel. I can ping him for 2, also make him discard.
Empty your mind.
Is there a reason to play out land? I guess if I top deck another land, I can play On-Crop Invader and Spark Harvest on the same turn, so maybe the land is okay. And we'll say go. Because I highly doubt he's playing black and making me discard since all I've seen is blue and green. I don't think anyone would splash for an example, his own Davriel or a discard effect. Brawl Stinger, I don't care. We can easily trade off for that. And he's still going to take 2 damage here from Davriel, so I don't think I need to use it. I want to use this to deal some damage to him. I could Spark Harvest a 1/1 and start getting in, but I think the On-Crop Invader is good here, since it allows me to gain first strike. So I think I'll just develop the board and pass. Don't think I need to use Spark Harvest yet, and I can still deal 2 damage on the opponent's upkeep. No, actually, yeah. Wait, what's going on? At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if that player has 1, okay, it's only 1 or more. So he's going to use Ashiok to try to mill me here. Don't think I care. It is a bit annoying because he's going to get 16 cards. And these are some nice cards. I think I'm fine attacking first with the On-Crop Invader. Could use Spark Harvest here. Could even attack the Raging Kronk. I don't mind attacking the Kronk. Yeah, let's move the attacks. Could just attack with all. I could just attack his face, in fact. Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be annoying since he's most likely going to block with these two. Yeah, I think I'll force him to block here with one of his 1/3s. Do I sacrifice a 1/1? I think I do, since I have another Lazda Reaver to follow up. Do I care about Davriel? I mean, do I care about this Ashiok? I think so, so I think I'll kill it. Lazda playing would be pretty annoying. Ashiok is pretty annoying too, if he can protect it. And he got rid of my other Spark Harvest too and exiled it. Yeah, he exiled some good removal spells. Not happy about that, but we're still in decent shape. I can attack with all next turn. Whatever he blocks, I can just sack with the last of the On-Crop Invader. Ooh, Vraska's finisher isn't bad. I could just go face here. Yeah, I haven't seen him proliferate. I think I'll go face. I don't care if he trades a 2/2 Death Touch, because he's most likely going to block the On-Crop Invader anyway, so we're just going to attack with all and see what he tries. This has First Strike, so I can sacrifice whatever he blocks. I could always just use the finisher, to be honest. Do I kill the flyer here? So I'm most likely going to use the finisher onto the one of these cards. So I think we're just going to go like this. Before damage, we can sack the Lazative Reaver. And then we can use the finisher to kill off the flyer that he has, which is really nice. And then we can also use our own Lazative Reaver. So I don't need to use the Davriel yet. Because we're doing a good job of clearing his board. Don't care about Vivian's Grizzly. Fine attacking and trading with the Vraska's finisher. Dreadmalkin's decent as well. So if I play the Dreadmalkin, I think I need to finish off the Vraska here. He just lets it happen. Okay.
Oh, the day is yours.
Could use Davriel now. I think I will. He is fine. He is sacrifice fodder, but I have these 1/1s to sacrifice anyways. So I think I'll use the final Davriel trigger just to make him discard.
A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
Alright. He can start using the Vivian's Grizzly. I have the Dreadmalkin to start attacking past. I can start activating the Grizzly. I think we'll move to attack. So I attack with the Dreadmalkin. If I do, it's going to force me to sack these two. But he is forced to double block into the Dreadmalkin. I think I'll move to attacks. Could just attack with all. And then we can... Yeah, I mean, this is sorcery speed. Yeah, we'll attack with all. I think it's a good time to do so. And whatever he blocks, we can just sack with the Dread Malkin or On-Crop Invader. Most likely going to sack the Dread Malkin since it can grow. Could have a Band Together here. Could just be activating the Grizzly, which I don't care if he does. He's a 5-mana spell. Awaken the V2 Ghazi. Okay, that's a scary one. Whatever he blocks, I can sack. Don't mind if he blocks there. Okay, so I can sack twice here. How much? I could kill off the Ghazi. I guess it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I won't be able to kill it off. So I think the right play is to use the use this, sacrifice the 1/1. And this is a Menacer, so he's forced to double block into it. Do we have another Heartfire in this deck? Ooh, we have Jaya to burn him, so never mind. Yeah, don't need to use a Spellgorger Weird. We'll just play out Jaya here. Burn him for 2.
Stand back and watch a master at work. Here's lesson 1.
Yeah, kind of strange he was keeping up 5 man, but you don't really play around the V2 Ghazi card. That card is just too difficult to play around. You usually don't expect it because it's a rare, but definitely a very powerful card. All right, so currently 4-1. Alright, well we have Reaver, some decent 2-drops and 3-drops. I think it's fine. Nothing amazing. Hopefully we can pick up better cards later, but we'll definitely keep. Could lead with a Vampire Opportunist since it hits a little bit harder. I guess it's 2 damage anyways if he doesn't play anything. So I think we'll lead with a Lazarev Reaver instead. And we can always follow it with a Rastus Finisher, whatever he blocks. Okay, he just passes. That's fine. I think I'll play the Vampire Opportunist. Don't think I want to play the Rastus Finisher because I do want to end up killing something. This can drain him at 7. Does he play anything here? Okay, I trusted Pegasus. I think I'll attack with all. And if he blocks, I'll use the Finisher to finish off the 2/2. He's probably suspecting it. Okay, that's fine. We can still play out Chain Whip Cyclops next turn. Might want to keep this Vampire Opportunist back to drain the opponent. Do I care about the Iron Bully? He's going to probably put it onto the Iron Bully. If he puts on Trusted Pegasus, I actually like that since I can attack with both, and whatever he blocks, I can still finish off with the Finisher. So I'll move the attacks here. I'll attack with both of these. I'm fine if he wants to trade off the 1/1 for the 1/1 Bully. I do like the Vampire Opportunist at 7 again, since it does help me drain him. But now we can lead up with a Chain Whip Cyclops. So blue-white, green-white proliferate. The Martyr is a little bit obnoxious. A Huatli's Raptor making this a 4/4 is not great. I guess he can attack in for 4 here. Do I have any good attacks? Ooh, I have a Heartfire. That's not bad. Could just use a Heartfire. Could attack with both of these. Whatever he blocks, I can use Heartfire on. He could double block the Chain Whip Cyclops as well. So I think it's time to play out the land. Okay, so whatever he blocks, I can use Heartfire to finish off. And then I can also use Vraska, so I think we'll move the attacks. Do I attack with the Chain Whip Cyclops? I guess I can still finish off of Vraska if he double blocks it. So... But if he double blocks this and doesn't double block these 1/1s, he can get a 5/5 if he proliferates. So I think we'll keep this back and attack with both of these. I don't really want a finisher, so I think we'll use the Heartfire, kill off the Trusted Pegasus, sacrifice the 1/1 token. Could just play the finisher now, or I can still leave it back. I think I'll leave it back. Say go. I can make this unblock. I can make one of those creatures unable to block and get in for 4. Next turn that can be decent as well. I guess if I get land, I can activate the Chain Whip Cyclops, get him with both of these, force him to block, and then use a Vraska's finisher. Or I can just develop the Typh Bearer Giant, which I also don't mind. Pledge of Unity, okay. Pretty good, since it allows him to gain life, and also this Martyr will proliferate if it dies. So I guess we'll say go. Spark Harvest is decent. Could attack here, whatever he blocks, we use the finisher to kill. Could just play Typh Bearer. Could activate, could get in. Maybe Typh Bearer is the way to go. I don't think we... I could attack with the Lazadev, whatever he block. I mean, I guess he's going to block with a 2/2. I can use a finisher to kill, but I don't think that's good value, so we'll just play out the Typh Bearer and hopefully hit our land drop. Okay, land is good. We'll play it out, and we'll pass, and then we can start draining him with the Vampire Opportunist. So this is pretty nice for us. Wanderer Strike to proliferate, sure. I still think we're doing fine. I could double block, I could kill this. I don't mind the proliferating here. I mean, if I take 4, what happens? I can use a Chain Whip Cyclops. Attack for 5. I could always just Spark Harvest whatever he next turn. This is interesting. So if I trade here, I can Spark Harvest and kill the Huatli's Raptor. Yeah, I don't think I block. Kronk isn't bad. I do have 6 mana. Could just Spark Harvest to 4/5 and get in for 4. I don't hate that. Or if I attack with both of these, what happens? He's mostly going to block the 4/4. I can use Vraska to finish it off. Block the 1/2. I don't know. Could just sacrifice the Reaver, kill it, get in for 4, and play the Kronk. That could be better. I don't really think the Reaver is useful at this point, so I think I'll sacrifice it. Kill the 4/5. And I can attack him for 4, which is fine. Could attack with both, and what happens? He blocks. I can use the Vraska's finisher to kill it, and then play the Kronk as well. But I think the attacking for 4 is fine here, and then we can just play the Kronk. I don't really care. And do I play the finisher? Probably still keep it back. Jiang Yanggu. Okay, that's a scary one. And even Gideon. All right, that's a difficult one. He can make it indestructible. Yeah, it's Vigilance and Menace. If I double block, what happens? I kill it, and then he's... Huh. I could just take 4. Yeah, the Vigilance is annoying. I do need to finish both of these, kill both of these next turn. I can make one of them unable to block, get in and kill the Jiang Yangu maybe. Yeah, I don't think double blocking is the key here. Which one do I want to kill though? Jiang Yangu or Gideon? Think I can send both at them? Yeah, we'll try that. I can send it like this. If I activate, I can't use the Raska. Could also just send a Vampire Opportunist, to be honest. So, if I send it like this, what happens? He's gonna block the Martyr. I can kill it with the Finisher. I can just let both of them die, but he's just gonna most likely, I don't know. I think we have to go like this. And I don't think I activate the Chain Whip Cyclops here. Yep. And I think we have to use the Finisher.
I guess you can't be friends with everyone.
Yeah, we have to use the Finisher onto the Gideon. Otherwise, this is just going to get out of hand. Flint still needs to stay back, I think, since if he attacks, I can just swing back. So I think this is fine. Then we can start draining him. Don't think I double block. I don't know if he has 2 damage to kill me, however. Right, a makeshift battalion. I can still block all this next turn. So I don't think I moved attacks. I think I can just play land and go. And then pass. If I attack with both of these, I guess he could still block this and then get him for 3, but I don't think that's how we win. I think we have to double block and... Okay. I'm happy just double blocking here. Like this, I guess. I don't really want to lose the Opportunist since I can drain him. So I think we'll block like this. I think we get this. We got this game if we can just eventually just drain him out. So I think we'll just activate the ability again. I think I'm fine trading for the Finisher as well. Since we do have a Spark Reaper to follow up, and if he wants to swing back, we can just drain back for 4. So this is fine. I can just play out the Spark Reaper, in fact, or drain. We'll play out the Spark Reaper. Since if he has removal, I can just use a Spark Reaper in response, and I should be able to kill him at 8. Alright. Nice victory. The opponent did play a bunch of powerful Planeswalkers, but we still managed to use our logic and skill to deal with it. But that Gideon turn with the Jiang Yangu was definitely something I didn't expect. So yeah, currently 5-1. Let's get to our 7. Alright, not bad. 1 drop, 2 drop, even Davrion 3 if possible. It's going to take me a while to get the Invading Mana Core, so that's a consideration, but I think this is a fine keep since I can curve out. And hopefully pick up ways to sacrifice these later. Blue, okay, so he's in the control deck. Alright, hopefully he doesn't dig up something if there's a chance. Ooh. Well, Bond of Revival. Turn target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, gains haste. Yeah, it's a decent reanimator card. If you can reanimate something large, it can be pretty powerful. But I think we'll just play the Laws of Reaver and pass. Don't know if I want to play a second one next turn. This does become a 2-2. and I can get in there for 1 with the Lazarev Reaver, but I don't think that accomplished much. Ooh, Jai's Greeting is bad. I could just Jai's Greeting the 2-3. I think I'll do that so he doesn't sacrifice it on his turn, and I can still scry for a land, which I'm kind of desperately looking for. So we'll just pass here. So blue-black control, and the Vraska is pretty annoying, but most of these cards can attack pretty nicely onto the Vraska. So, play land, what happens if I attack with all? Most likely going to use this to the 1-3 to block the 1-1, which I think I'm fine with. And then he's probably going to use the 1-1 since he does want to activate this again. So I think I'm fine attacking all into Vraska and losing the Scrim Initiate, since I don't really want this to grow. Yeah, I think I'm fine with him using the 1-1 to kill off my Lazarev Reaver. This is nice. He's going to make another one next turn, so I might consider playing the Spark Reaper. I'm happy this takes 2 since he can't activate this again. He might have a way to proliferate, I guess. I don't want to cast the Lazarev Reaver here since, more likely than not, it's just going to become a 3-3 that falls prey into the 1-1. And playing Davriel is not good since this can just one-hit my Davriel. So I think I'll play the Spark Reaper and pass. Spark double, okay, into the Vraska. That's really nice. Ooh, that's scary. So I think I need to stay back. These Death Touchers are going to be quite scary. I could trade here. Do I? It's going to become a 2-2 Death Toucher. Do I care? I should be able to block it decently, so I don't think I care. Does it trigger twice? Ooh, it does. Alright, I do have a Heartfire I can use. Maybe I need to Heartfire to Vraska. Kill the Lazarev Reaver. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Could kill the 2-2. I think the 1-2 needs to go.
Pity we couldn't have been
And I could
allies.
offer the Spark Reaper for a trade here and kill off his Vraska. I don't know if he can proliferate. This would be pretty bad. The 1-1 can hit the 2-3. I don't really want double block this, so I might as well. So yeah, I might as well. I don't really want this to grow either, so I'm fine if he kills the Spark Reaper. Yeah, that's fine. And now I just have all that's all I need to do is contend with this 3-3. I mean, I guess it can become a 4-4 now when attacked, so maybe, yeah, maybe that wasn't too smart of me. Maybe I should have stayed back and maybe double block the 3-3. Well, I guess this is a creature. Well, that's even worse, so
I lead the Golgari
I don't know if
now.
I can beat this opponent.
I've done things
It's going to become a
I'm not
5-5 Death
proud of.
Touch.
How you people call me a death dealer, but I rarely offer discounts.
To make him discard. If I kill the Augur, what happens? Use the 1-1 in trades. Might want to use the 2-2 to block the 5-5 and Jai's Greeting next turn. That might be the correct play. We'll pass, but he can just make a million 1-1 tokens. So we probably have to play defense with the Lazarev Reavers. Now that I think about it, I think I have to block the 5-5 since it's growing out of hand at this point. Let damage happen first.
I'm an artist.
Yeah, the Bond of Revival was pretty powerful.
Pirates and I get along.
Is there a way I can get rid of all these Death Touchers? Don't know. Honor. Don't think that's going to do much. I could just discard the Invading Mana Core or the Davriel, since it's not doing much. Make a 1/1 token that can block his 1/1 token. But I do have lots of Reaver for that already. But I don't think we're going to get to these 6 drops anytime soon, so I think we keep it. I don't see myself winning this, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I see myself winning. I'm getting screwed in land drops, and he's just gonna keep growing his 1/1. So pretty nice opponent that pretty nice deck that the opponent has. Nice synergy with the Spark Double and onto the Rascal and the Bond of Revival to get it back. Don't see that too often, since that's kind of a niche combo in this set. Alright, not bad. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. We can even discard land if we're flooding, so I think we keep. Right, Spark Harvests are nice, since I can sacrifice the tokens and kill something that's scary. Ooh, even Davriel. Okay, so we are definitely curving out. Might have to make a part 2 video on the final boss, since I might not have enough time. I have only 8 minutes left, so probably going to make a part 2 video if I beat this opponent. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. He could have another Sorin's Thirst to deal damage to this 2/2. If I top deck a land, I definitely think I honor the God Pharaoh. I don't think I Davriel. So no lands, so I think we'll move the tax and drop the Davriel. He could have the counterspell up, which I'm not happy about, but it is what it is. And this is a nice 2/3 for 1.
I'll have
Since
to
he's
order
forced to
20.
discard
I don't think you'll be
a bunch of
needing
cards.
that.
Okay, even a Price of Betrayal to answer Davriel, if you want to. Thunder Drake, that's a good target to get rid of. Do I just attack here? I think I do, and then if he blocks a 2/2, I can finisher it. Don't think I can Spark Harvest. I could Spark Harvest, I guess, but nah, I think it's better to just attack. And if he blocks, I can use the finisher. If not, I can Spark Harvest. Yeah. I could just let die. No, I could just use Davriel, I guess, and Spark Harvest Davriel,
Perish the
sacrificing
thought.
it, getting rid of the Thunder Drake. I think we'll do that instead. Or, because I do want to use Honor. Yeah, may sacrifice a 1/2. I don't think it's going to do much. So we'll get rid of Thunder Drake, get rid of Lazatif, and probably keep land next turn for discard. I might have to do that, since I don't really want to discard the Vraska's finisher. Ashiok, I don't think I care, since I can hit Ashiok and then finish her to kill it. I don't really think it's a good card. It's a decent win condition, but if you're not able to protect it, it's not that great. I don't even know if I want to use Davriel on this final card, to be honest. Since I don't want to lose Davriel, I actually want him to lose life. So this is fine. We'll attack for 2. And then we can use the finisher to kill it. And now I'll still keep the land for the honor. And then I can ping him for 2 per turn.
Ooh, sorry. Not really.
He might have Bond of Revival like the previous opponent. 8 to Fallen. Okay, I don't think I care if he brings back the Ashiok. Yeah, we'll just honor now, get in there for 3. Could force him to discard again. Maybe it's correct to make him discard. Definitely want to play out land since I can eventually get to turn 5. I don't know. Maybe we make him discard. Maybe we don't. Could use this could be potential sack fodder for a Dread Malkin, so maybe we stay back with the Davriel. Eternal Skylord. I guess he can make a 2/2 now that can fly. So now what? Could send in both. Could send in everything. Could Spark Harvest, kill off the 3/3, and then force him to block with the 2/2. Could Spark Harvest a 3/3 and then attack with all. So what's the best play here? The Spark Harvest is pretty good on the 3/3. I don't know if discarding with Davriel is relevant anymore. I can just attack with all, in fact, and then use Dread Malkin at instant speed to sacrifice Davriel and get in for 3. If he double blocks the Dread Malkin, he'll be down to 1. So he's most likely going to do some efficient blocking here. I guess I could just Spark Harvest the 3/3 here and just attack with all, force him to block with the 2/2 onto the 3/2, or else he'll be dead. Don't really want to Spark Harvest for full, so yeah, let's Spark Harvest for full. I mean, I don't really want to sack here, so let's do that. Let's kill Eternal Skylord, and then force him to block with the 2/2, and then we can still keep Davriel if we want. He probably has something to discard Davriel anyway, so I don't think I'll use him. I think we'll stay back, and he's forced to develop the board, else otherwise he'll die, since his Ashiok isn't going to do much. Doesn't fetch anything, so he's going to be forced to chump with this 1/3. I think we'll attack first. I can even use Dread Malkin at instant speed to stack Davriel and finish him. So yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to make a part 2 video for the final boss, since I only have 3 minutes left. But yeah, not bad. Nice 6/2 deck. And then yeah, we'll make a part 2 video. So in the meantime, stay tuned. Yep. For the next video.